caindo.
Hello once again, YouTube, and I didn't really think I'd be doing one of these again, but, you know, you guys kind of wanted it. So, today's kind of lore video. I mean, it is Wednesday, so I have to post lore. But, this week's lore will be Eliksni English. Not English, that's not part of it, but Eliksni, I don't know how to pronounce that. But when I first heard about Eliksni, I thought that was an actual person, and my whole lore was going to be based on this one person, but actually, it's another race of fallen. So we've got House of Judgment, House of Devils, House of Wolves, House of Kings, and the Exile. I think that's it. But there's actually another race. That race is no longer. The only really noticeable things is, I believe, there is some kind of Vanguard missions called Eliksni Hunting, where you have to kill 50 fallen, which sorry, something. My computer keeps making weird sounds, don't even ask. Okay, so, but basically, what had not happened, I lost my thing, but, basically to the lore. So, I haven't done Fallen yet. I've done Vex, have I done Cabal? I think I've done Cabal. Well, if I haven't done Cabal, I'll do that next. But I've done the Hive and the Vex. I've done Hive a couple times with the Eris and the Tolan one. But definitely next I'll do the Cabal, which will kind of be interesting. But we already know that the Fallen are ruthless and scavengers. There are hints of ancient nobility of the Fallen, the scars of lost Gander. But their kells are scattered houses, still claim to be loyalty, but they only grief and wreckage in their wake, English. They are a dangerous race, fast and agile, skilled in combat, and supported by robotic allies. They have stolen and raided the ruins of civilization across the entire solar system. Most pre-City Age records indicate that the Fallen name is derived from the humans around the time of the collapse, which is kind of coincidence because collapse, Fallen, you know, Illuminati confirmed, sorry. Even our most basic tower records show that the Eliksni arrived during the wake of the collapse, arriving to the pillage of our worlds and salvage lost technology that survivors were forced to abandon in the wake of the onslaught of the darkness. That being said, it's important to note that some, or even all Fallen, do not serve the darkness directly. Their direct relationship with the darkness as of precedents currently known. Kind of like the saying, evil is not born, it's created. There are still Fallen that are with us, you know, Varix, which has become the most popular meme with the Psylocke, the Defiled, I don't know. But, excuse the sound that's about to just happen. Okay, but basically, not all Fallen are bad, is kind of what this is saying. But it's entirely possible that, like the Cabal, they have no ties at all. Records recorded by the cryptology kind of dictate that the Eliksni have some respect for the darkness, seeing that as an entity worthy of praise, but perhaps not servitude. The question remains, however, if the Eliksni did not arrive in our solar system to destroy our golden age, why are they here? And why do they seek capture lost golden age technologies? Though recorded logs and testimonials from differing individuals, we may uncover the answer. Sorry to get some drink. But the long history of Fallen is not entirely known to us, but according to Varix, the Eliksni loyal to the deceased Queen of the Reef, and the Eliksni did not come to our solar system to destroy us. According to Varix, the Eliksni were once a traveler supported species, much like Harmony. Ammonia is from our own race. However, much like what happened in our own history, the Eliksni faced a great whirlwind which destroyed basically their golden age and shattered their civilization. It is believed that they are to look like this. kind of like a fallen, more or less, hive kind of thing. I don't know. This picture is very disturbing. But other records confirm this, stating that our forces beyond the LC's control destroyed them and forced Traveler to flee their system. The survivors of the whirlwind banded together in their remaining houses and pursued the Traveler across the stars. After many centuries of pursuing their god of light across the system, they discovered a settlement in their system. It is current position in low orbit above Earth. This is what common knowledge of the race begins. Two greatest battles in history: the Battle of Six Fonts and the Battle of Twilight Gap. I've talked about the Twilight Gap. I think I've actually done a lore on it. You can click here to go view that. But we're both likely orchestrated by fallen troops. The Twilight Gap itself saw an alliance between the three separate houses who attempted to destroy us again. Due to heroics by the Guardians you all know well, the forces of the City and Guardians were able to repel the attack and fracture the fallen offense. Varric's knowledge of the race stretches back farther than our own records in the tower. We take most of the knowledge today from his own accounts and logs. The Eliksni were once a race of many noble houses, few which survived the collapse. The remaining are devil-wintered houses, English, Devil, Winter, Wolves, Kings, and Judgment, of Varric's being only a survival. The House of Exile formed during the fallen state of our solar system and only reside on the moon, but still think of themselves as a noble house. We know that we destroyed a few noble houses, but the few that we can name are Rain, Scar, and Stone. The houses of Scar and Stone we know only in name, but the House of Rain are philosophers and oracles. They are responsible for the Kell of Kells, which we probably know of, Skolas. The Eliksni, even in their own current state, have attempted to restore the lost glory of their ancestors, and continue to take noble titles, and be organized in most constant ways, with the exception of the House of Exiles. Each house is headed by a prime servitor, which supplies the fallen of their life source, their blood, or ether seeds, being, what commonly drops from the fallen, which can be used to get more glimmer, which is kind of convenient if you know it. Everybody knows Septic's Prime, which is probably the very first, actually is the very first strike you do. It's level 8, it's the House of Devils mission, and yeah, I've tore that thing inside out probably like 40 times in year 1. And we visited back into the Cade stash system, which also brings to mind another topic, is that you can kind of see their logo. I don't know if this is basically their kind of logo, like the House of Devils have, the red thing, House of Kings have that. But this is actually scattered throughout Destiny, from the Cade stash mission to a giant picture of it on the moon. But this current relationship is not currently understood by the Tower of Scholars, and I probably won't touch it on this video, maybe on another video. Under the Prime Servitor is Archon and Kel. We all know of the Archon Priest as the Venus Strike, and we visit back to that in year 2, which is corrupted by the darkness, and you get the Stolen Will. The Archons are direct servants to the Primes. They serve as sort of like high priests to the Primes, who are the fallen, worshipped as gods. The Kel is the de facto leader of the rest of the house, which, while some of the Kels bow to the agenda of the Prime Archite, others are more individualist. I don't know what that says. Some going as far as completely disregarding the directives of their Archon Prime. But why did the Eliksni attack our city? We know that they come from our solar system to pillage our lost worlds and recover technology from our golden age. But that's not their primary goal at all. As previously stated, the Eliksni and the Traveler were kind of a supported race, communicative, and which eventually collapsed and forced to flee and begin to pursue the Traveler all over the universe. Yeah. The Traveler, or an Eliksni great machine, come to settle with humanity. During the collapse, the Eliksni discovered the god, but were able to reclaim it. This is why they are here, to reclaim what once thought was theirs. They are here to reclaim their great machine and retake the power of the light from us. While the story is quite tragic, don't not allow yourself to be swayed from our cause. The Eliksni still reminisce our race and the city as an obstacle to reclaiming their great machine. They've killed more of our brothers and sisters in the city residents than any other of our enemies, and have battled against us for centuries. Let this information just guide your hand against them. But that's all we have for today. If you did not get anything from that, I will basically brief this down to a point. These were once a fallen that we don't really know what happened to them, much like what happened to the rest of the House of Judgment. We only have evidence from them from our battles and our lovely Varix the Loyal. And we to them are a obstacle to reclaiming their great machine, or aka the Traveler. And yeah, so that's all we really have today. If you enjoyed the video, then how about you go and hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'll put it right here. And yeah, comment down below what you want for next week's lore video. And until next time, my SGH Gaming's signing out. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's